Hello, my friends. Today we are playing Japan-US Aggro, and the point of this deck is to make use of some of the infantry synergies that the US brings to Aggro. So we have, first of all, let's start. Okay, let's start from the beginning. We have 109 combat engineers, pretty sticky one drop that buffs our own units when they move to the front line, giving it one attack. That's pretty good for Jagro. We have a lot of blitz, one cost blitz units that would love to take the front line ASAP and also get that plus one attack. Very good synergy with Bicycle Regiment, of course, since it has Fury. Moving on, we have the 99th Infantry Battalion. Again, pretty good synergy with the Blitz one drops. You drop like bike regiment on turn one, blitz it to the front line. Turn two, you can play the 99th Battalion and then just attack for 6, which is pretty insane. That's like the pretty much the high roll of this deck. We got 5th Rangers, very efficient unit, 0 op cost as well. 0 op cost 4/4 blitz, infantry pretty good, especially with our lightning conquest. Basically, friendly infantry units are immune to damage and can both move and attack this turn. Basically turns your infantry into immune tanks, which is very good with our 0 op cost units, right? Because we can move and attack for 0 credits. If for example, as an infantry has 1 op cost, then it would take 2 credits to move and attack. So having 0 op cost units synergizes very well with Lightning Conquest. And of course, we have some like very standard, strong Japanese elites. KI-83 Raiding Brigade, Dina. Oh yeah, Sendai's not an elite, but also very strong Japanese card in general. Um, Unity Strength. Oh, I forgot to mention Unity Strength. That is for, well, it just has good general synergy in the deck. We have a lot of infantry units and very effective on units like Bicycle Regiment. Yeah, Desperate Measures, of course, and the KI-83. I don't have Bombing Raid, but it would be a good inclusion in this deck, I think. And I also don't have Feigned. I think you could put Feigned into this deck, but something to note is that if you do put Feigned Retreat in your deck, it's not going to be as consistent as Jagro with German Ally, because you won't have the Errado to draw into it consistently. And if say like Feigned is in the bottom 10 cards of your deck, it's probably not going to be used, right? Because the game's very likely over before you get to like the bottom 10 cards of your deck, even maybe bottom 20. Also, there's a lot of orders because you can't rely on Feigned for draw, or at least for the majority of your draw. You have to put in other draw orders like expansion. I run one Edge of Empire. So if you like drop Feigned and then you like top deck, let's say you top deck an expansion, that's like you just wasted an entire turn, or you basically wasted 2 turns in a row, and you're probably gonna lose. So yeah, that is something to consider, but you could run Feigned in this deck. Um, Only one Edge of Empire because I feel like two, you can maybe run two, but any more than that, and then you run the risk of having multiple Edge of Empires in your hand, which is pretty bad. And sometimes you have like orders or even units like Sendai that you want to hold onto in your hand, and Edge of Empire just shuffles everything back into your deck, which is not ideal. So yeah, I think that intro is a bit long, a bit longer than my usual intros, but yeah, let's play some games with it. Okay, US. Probably US Midrange then. Keep it bike regiment. 33rd Recon's kinda slow. Type 94 TK not super useful either. Okay, so it does look like it's US midrange. He can trade in efficiently with his own 109th Greyhound. Oh, that is... I could Ita blitz into the front line. But I'll be kind of screwed if he just trades both down. So I'll just go for that. Usually US midrange won't have many buffs for the units if they're stuck in the support line. It does have that, which is pretty annoying. I can send up 2 units. Would it be better to send Ita and this guy into the front line, or just 1/5 Rangers? Might be better to go 1/5 Rangers. If he has his own 5th Rangers, it trades 1 for 1. If he doesn't, it's pretty good. Should trade into multiple units. He could have We Can Do It, but I feel like I'm not too concerned if he spends a turn on We Can Do It. Is it ever worth to just Sendai? I'm actually thinking, because like Callie's not gonna come out until like 2 more turns. I feel like if he had a 5th Rangers, he trades it in 1 for 1. And since he didn't have an answer to my 5th Rangers last turn, there's a very good chance that Sendai will preserve it for another turn. You could have the Hellcat. It's kind of fine if he spends 5 credits on. Yeah, it was a We Can Do It. Pretty slow turn though for him. Let's see if we can get like type 93 or something. Pretty nice. If we ever move Sendai up, he did not have an answer to my 5th Rangers, so he had to draw into it. Could also play a 3rd Recon, but that's kind of slow. If he kills the Sendai, he gets a 2/2 Blitz tank with 1 op cost. I think I'm kind of fine with that. Okay, GG. I'm kind of tryharding these games because I think I'm actually decently high ranked right now. Thinking of maybe placing, going for a leaderboard run, or not like a leaderboard run, but see if I can. Well, yeah, kind of a leaderboard run. See if I can place decently high this season. Usually I just play like fun decks that are mostly off meta and like hovering around low FM. But this season, I'm just seeing if I can get a decently high rank uh, by playing decent decks, I guess. um, Second rating brigade. I mean, I could be good into like Heinz, maybe CA, but it's probably generally not that great. Third recon's bad into Germany because they have hard removal that does not proc its effect. Ooh, Harada's pretty annoying. Damn that Heinkel. Things are not looking too hot. And it's kind of slow. I guess one of the vulnerabilities of this deck is that it is infantry based, so you definitely do need to get a very explosive start. Like you don't have 35T, which could punish something like a Heinkel play. Um, so yeah, if you go second and you don't get a super fast start, you're definitely in some danger here. Well that 3/3 blitz thing doesn't get to become a 5/5 with his Heinkel on board. But if he has like a line for a day, I think I'm lost here. Ipper's pretty bad too. Damn, he did have the line for today. Yeah, this isn't very good right now. Well, not too much we can do. Can't really afford to play around root out at that point. Hmm. Opponent went offline. I was just thinking, how could I possibly win this? And I think the only possible way is if my opponent goes offline for the remainder of the game. I think that was my win condition right there, my opponent going offline. Alright, but I'm like 99% sure my opponent would have won if he did not go offline. Um, hmm. It's really annoying for me when I go offline and I lose because of it. So I think I'm gonna surrender this because he probably won. He almost certainly would have won if an honorable fight, how fitting. He almost certainly would have won if he didn't DC. So I think it's only fair that I surrender. Is that 大海言语 big saltwater fish or something? Type 93 is not necessarily an ideal one drop to play on turn 1, I feel like. And there might be a little bit greedy to mulligan it, all of them, but I have like tons of 1 drops. Okay, let's see how... This is not a greedy play, I feel like. I have a billion 1 drops. If I get punished for mulliganing all of these, I will be very sad. Okay, not bad, not bad. I guess it's the bike regiment again. Awoken Giant, damn. So it's a ramp, I guess. Now this 33rd Recon is kind of slow, considering how fast this deck is, but I feel like it does have like decent infantry synergies with this deck, right? Because we have like Unity as strength, and being a Japanese unit will allow to proc expansion once it hits the front line. What is that, man? If it's like the Alpini decisive defense, then I think I want a Unity strength on this guy. Oh wait, no, that's not an infantry. That's kind of annoying. Okay, never mind. Then I guess I just attack with... Really attack with this? Hmm. And I'll just let it pass then. Maybe I should have pinned that. He does put Mari Nostrum on it. Naval bombardment. Really? Okay. Interesting. I think I actually will pin that now. Just to kind of make sure that I can get an efficient trade on it. Or at least increase the chance that I do. Does he have another one? So thanks to the P47D something nerf, it is random. I was just thinking of any frontline removals he could have. Oh, very nice top deck. Can we get another infantry? That's pretty good. I can't complain about that either. To be desperate here? I don't think we're that desperate. Well, this definitely goes in the front line. We probably play that too. Yeah, I mean, might as well desperate. Hey, GG's. Soviet. If it's self-damage, that's a really bad matchup. Thank goodness self-damage is getting nerfed next patch, by the way. But it's probably still not even going to be enough to bring it down. I mean, I guess combat engineer is kind of good. We are going second, so I guess it's less likely. You know what? Fuck it. It's kind of dumb, but it's really funny to get the high roll off. We're just gonna pray he doesn't have sickle. Surely he wouldn't keep sickle against a Japanese opponent, would he? Never keep. They never have sickle, man. Kappa. Oh wow, and another one. Another one. If he has confusion, he can't kill off my unit, so. Oh, Scorched Earth is pretty nasty. I was just thinking about that. Engineers is gonna be a bit slow here, so let's just split the Akita into the front line. Scorched Earth, by the way, is a very strong card. He didn't have Sickle, so... Ooh. That's gonna be tough to get through without a Send. Oh my goodness. What are these disgusting luck? I'm just having a field day with RNG. It's only fair now if he punishes me with another Scorched Earth. Having 5 attack is very good. That means his T-34 can't efficiently trade into it anymore. If he had another Scorched Earth, he would have played it, I think. And the Type 93 doesn't do much at this point. Carpet bombing. Oh, it's Brit ally. Oh, that's really bad for me. Oof. Oh, I should have probably... Damn. Should probably not move the Ita up, so I could play Edge of Empire right away. So he's playing Soviet Control with Brit ally. Pretty interesting. I think that's probably really good against oh, that top deck kind of sucked. Really good against aggro, but I feel like it would probably be worse against control or ramp. Probably has less value than something like Soviet France or Soviet US. But fair enough. I got pretty lucky with my top decks. Think I'm probably gonna lose now. Yeah, can't really get through this. GG's. Japan. This hand kind of sucks. Hmm. This hand is not very good. If it's oh hey, Enrico Simonetti. I think I've seen this guy in Discord maybe. I am a worthy opponent in his eyes. That is very nice to know. Do I just play this? I feel like it's a waste, right? I'll just set up the Ita so that if he moves up, can maybe trade into another unit, or he floats 1 credit. Or he could play a 2-drop, which would be kind of bad. But maybe not terrible. Really? Desperate measuring this? Didn't get a good hit. Ita hit, but that's a pretty good top deck, I guess. Although I am running quite low in cards, and I'm gonna need my draw soon. Probably still play this, right? Fiesler. So you have like entrapment? Pretty fun deck he's playing. Aggro. I'm assuming Aggro with Fiesler and entrapment. Oh, maybe not Aggro even. Takasaki. It's actually pretty tough for me to deal with. Oh wait, I actually have lethal, I think. Unless he has another entrapment? Wow. Bombing raid. Ooh, that's not good. I think he should move his fighter up though. Ooh, these top decks are not helping right now. I was thinking I should actually maybe add Shiden to my deck. Ooh, that's a lot of guards. Alright. GG's. If I had bombing raid in my deck, that could be good too. Although, I feel like Shiden... how many situations would Shiden help? Because the game is mostly won or lost in the early turns. Especially since I am not running Feigned. Like, if you get to the later turns, they have a lot of opportunities to, like, set up guards and stuff. This is not an ideal one drop. But I guess I am going first. Yeah, I probably shouldn't keep expansion. That's kind of greedy. Or rather, pretty slow. Do you have a buff for that? Oh, I meant to play the Type 94. Because expansion is super slow here. Having one op cost is the main problem with this. It makes it like super slow. Costs 2 credits to move up an attack when you have plenty of 0 op cost units, which essentially saves like 2 credits. And let's just go for another one. Okay. Germany going second. I mean, my curve isn't too bad. I could like, go for bike regiment turn 1, and then turn 2, 99th infantry. Or if it doesn't stick, then I could like go like turn 2 and 3 play these, and then turn 4 play 5th Rangers. I don't know, I'll just keep it because it's really fun to get the bike high roll when it actually sticks. Although, if it's like German control, there's a pretty good chance it doesn't stick. U-boat? Okay, this is probably one of the best possible discards. It's just so satisfying. It just feels illegal. Like to have a turn 2 a 3/3 Fury with 0 op cost. Like that just feels illegal, no? Just feels like that should not be allowed. Does he have? He needs like, well, root out does save him for like a turn. Ooh, Takasaki. Oh, dude, how am I this lucky with these top decks? It's actually kind of insane. He's Japan ally, so he doesn't have Mari Nostrum. Alright. I'm not allowed to complain about RNG for the next games. I feel like I've top decked Sendai like just when I needed it. So I'm probably making this trade. I could put an Ita and a 5th. I could choose between a Nikita and a Cavalry or a 5th Rangers. Probably better for the... I mean, he could have root out. And he did play a 939th already. Or 989th, my bad. But I feel like 5th Rangers... Just go for the Akita. Okay. Yeah, I did a little bit of illegal level of high rolling. The turn 2 Dream into the Sendai top deck, removing its card. Alright guys, so if you see me complaining about RNG, you guys need to remind me of if you guys see me complaining about RNG in future videos, you have to remind me about this. Cause you know, I'm an aggro player. I have short-term memory. Right, this video is actually pretty long considering that I'm playing an aggro deck, so games are really fast. So there's probably a lot of games in already. I'll do one last game. and then give my final thoughts. Ooh, no opponents online? Should we play against a bot? You know what? Fuck it. Since I'm actually trying to get a decent score, I'll bully the bot a bit. Against the Von Mansion. I wouldn't do this if it was like under regular circumstances, but as you guys know, I am trying to get a decent score on the leaderboard. Probably still not gonna play OCC or go for OCC or anything like that, but just want to see if I can get a good leaderboard score this season. I mean, it doesn't really matter what we keep against the bot, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I might as well give my final thoughts right now on the deck, since I'm playing as a bot. So yeah, Jesus, this spot has no chill. U16, I was gonna play my anyways, I think this deck, it's actually probably among the stronger decks that I've played, or that I've played in my videos. Although right now I would say does pretty poorly into self-damage, although you may see less self-damage in the future with the nerfs, but you know, it's not a huge nerf, so you're probably still gonna see a decent amount of self-damage. Against something like Brit-Ita, it probably does a little worse than Jagger with German ally because it doesn't have those blitz tanks, which are very helpful, but it can still fight pretty well into Brit-Ita. What other decks are there in the meta? Against control decks, you probably need to like, well, it performs similarly to regular Jagro. Although I will say that so this deck has a couple of buffs, and it's a little more reliant on units sticking compared to Jagger with German ally, right? Because you have let's go into the deck list. You have things like where is it? 99th Infantry Battalion, which requires you to have a unit in the front line. So not just having a unit, but having it in the front line, and you also have Unity Strength, which generally requires a unit to stick, and preferably have it stick in the front line too, so you can like get value out of it immediately and attack their HQ. So it probably does slightly worse against like German control. Still pretty good against, well, it performs similarly to regular Jago against other control decks. Yeah, it's a little more high rolly, but it's kind of fun to high roll. Like as I was saying, like you know, when you have like a bike regiment, turn one bike regiment into the front line, and then turn two 99th Infantry Battalion, that just feels illegal. It feels like old CA level. Oh man, it brings a tear to my eye. Feels like old CA levels of high rolling, where it's like, why are they allowed to have a blitz unit with 0 op cost in the front line and a decent amount of attack by like turn 2 or 3? You know, it's pretty funny to high roll like that. Although compared to CA, you actually have something like Sendai Regiment, which can get rid of big pesky guards. And of course, you have some very good Japanese elites to go along with that. Another thing is it's really fun to get a lightning conquest turn off with stuff like the 5th Rangers. You know, it generally just feels like illegal, you know, what you're doing when you have like A fifth Rangers, you just drop it. It's in the support line, and then it moves up and attacks for free. It's just like a combination of satisfying combos in this deck that this deck can pull off, which makes it really fun to play. And it's pretty decent. Like it's not a meme deck by any means. So yeah, I'd definitely recommend playing this deck if you have the cards. And thanks for watching, guys. See you guys in the next video.